We're looking at the stereo ahead UV-171. You can find it on the iswa.gsfc.nasa.gov. And the ships, the large UFO ships, they appear to be coming out around the same time every time they come out. It's like 7 after midnight. The ships are heading towards Earth. And we know that there's been a lot of covering up, a lot of times when the sun has been completely like blacked out, and was happening like that for around a month. Around the 7 after midnight time frame, it was between 6:45 or let's see, around 6 something 0007. Okay, yeah. So the sun itself was getting blacked out, covered up for some strange reason, you all. This sun right here. These ships that are coming out of the sun, out of the portals, out of the coronal holes, they're as big as the Earth. As big as the Earth. Let's look at this, you all, because there's something massive going on. Massive. Let's come over here and look at this. Gina, honey, let's do this. So you can't really tell it that well in this one, but this Earth right here, this is the Earth. These are those UFOs. They're as big as the Earth practically, you all. They're, oopsie, my keyboard got stuck. They are they're coming out of here. They're coming out of here. You can see this is on the 1st. That one's on the 1st. This one's on the 2nd. Notice the time stamps. 7 after midnight, right here. 7 after midnight. And I've documented these before. We've documented these before, you all. We have. This is not the first time they've shown up. I believe that they're showing up every single day. I don't think that they just make one appearance and then that's it. No, I don't. I think they make many appearances. I really do, you all. Let me see something right here. Mike McKay. Yeah, they do come here. That's right, you all. If you're just tuning in, I'm going to show you this. We're at 247. We got Mike McKay here, and that's all right. Welcome, Mike. So let's look at some more of these pictures, you all, because it's strange. Now look at this. So remember when we did this, if we look at the timestamp here, we have like a 7 in the morning. Right here, when this sun goes blackout. Let's see what else we got, because I'm sure we have some other ones. This was around the 6:35 in the morning. Now, granted, it's not around the same time frame, but yeah, there's something going on. There is something going on now. 7 in the morning. And this, again, this was back on the 14th of August. This time, this thing right here went on for quite a while, And then look at this. This is, remember this one right here, you all. Let's look at this. The stereo ahead, UV-171, when I first documented it, I think. Look at the timestamp on there. Who are they and what do they want? 7 after midnight. 7 after midnight. This was a YouTube video. Look at them. They are as big as the Earth coming out of the sun. Is what they are. So let's look at this one. Gina, who are they and where do they come? See, that was only like a 15-minute video. Let me put this back to me. Let me do this right here, you all. How is it, I want you to look at this. How is it we have only one person being allowed in this comment section? This does not make sense to me. Now we've got another one coming in. This is really strange how the comments are being withheld, you all. Something is up. Something's up. And we got a chat rate of 4. That's impossible to have a chat rate of 4 when you have only 1 or 2 people. This is strange. It's really strange, you all. I don't know what's going on. I don't, but something is not adding up. I don't think they want us to get the message out. I don't think they want us to communicate. I really don't. This is strange. I know. It shows 83, and they only allowed a little bit of people in here. Just one at first for some strange reason. That I don't understand that at times. I really don't understand their reasoning. Now look at this, y'all. This is like a whole entire fleet of ships that are practically as big as the Earth. Look at that. As big as the Earth. Because the Earth is not that much smaller than these right here. Not that much smaller or bigger at all. So can you imagine how big they must be? How big they must be, you all. Let's see. This is, okay, look, this is September the 2nd at 7 o'clock. The stereo UV. They're right here. Right here. And they're right here. They're coming at 7 after midnight. 7 after midnight. And on the 15th, May the 13th, 7 after midnight, May the 13th. Look. They're not just coming out of one. They're coming out of 1, 2, 3, 4. They're coming out all over the sun, you all. All over the sun. Any place and every place that this product let us see, they're coming out. And see, this is just like maybe a millisecond. A millisecond. But it's always 7 after midnight. 7 after midnight is what it is. 7 after midnight. See, this is the one from today. Y'all, let me do this right here. Hello, everyone. Do we need a moderator on here? Does somebody want to volunteer to be a moderator? Because we can have one. Yes, we can. I don't think it's just mine on here that's been glitching all weekend. I don't. Yeah. Thank you, Trisha. I do not think it's been doing this all weekend. But it's something strange going on, you all. We're over here. Good evening, Anina from South Africa. Thank you, Jenna, for moderating. We want to try to, keep the topic on topic. We really do. Where are we at right here, you all? So we're looking at the 1st right here. The 1st, September the 1st, 7 after midnight. Look at the areas they're coming out of. We got them right here out of this hole. We've got them out of this hole. We've got them out of this hole. We've got one coming out of here. We've got 2 coming out right here. Let's get this, you all. Let's get this. So if I were to push this button, which I am going to push this button, well, I think that they're always here, but we don't get to see it, you all. I got to push this back to me is what I've got to do. Yeah. So we're just going to wait for this to quit glitching. We're at the iswa.gsfc.nasa.gov, and we're looking at the AIA stereo head 171, stereo head UV 171. And they're a few days behind. Hello, you all. Welcome. They're a few days behind, but you can look. You can see them. They come right out of these coronal holes. There's other ships also that do come out. Lots of other ones. And these ships are, according to, the size estimates, they're about the size of Earth. They're about the size of Earth itself. But then there's a there's a theory, and there's a lot of talk that the sun is not that big, that there's a sun simulator up there in the sky, that the sun simulator or something is hiding something much greater up there in the sky, like an incoming system. And then that, I'm seeing some more. See, they're all in these holes. If you were to go back and slow these down, yeah, you can see some that coming out of here. If you look down here, they're coming out through these areas. It's like the inside of the sun. You can see them on the side too. Let me get myself out of the way, is what I can do. Get myself out of the way. You can see them. They came out on the first, second, and I don't think it goes back as far as the third. This product is a little bit behind you all. A tad bit behind is what it is. So let me put this here. This is on the 11th. When you try to go back, I went back as far as I can with 300 frames and then 20 frames per second is what I did. And what I think happens really with these right here, they make these right here so bright that you cannot see. Right here, put myself back in here. They make this so bright that you cannot see all the ships that are in there. You can't, because it's so bright, is what it is. Just like that. Let's slow it down. I want to try to get there. Back over there. See, this is on the second. We'll get over to it because these ships are over there. You got some right here. See, the second at 7 in the morning. 7 after midnight. Look at them right here. And it's been that way since May, when I first started documenting them like that. Just like that. Let me see something. And part of me, let's see if we can get this shoe well. Look at this. If this was the Earth, which this is a little sample, I don't think the Earth is like totally as big as this circle in the size comparison. I think it's more like that little blue dot. But even if it was as big as the black area right here, you all, it's not much bigger than the ships coming out of the sun. And for them to be that big, that's hard to imagine. And it really is. It's hard for me to grasp a ship being that big, as big as the Earth. It might be hard for you to grasp that too. It's just really strange. That's right, you all. It's real strange, all of it. Let me do this right here. Come back. And again, they do hiding. Sometimes they block that sun completely out and you can't see anything. You can't. They cover it up. They do all kinds of things. Let me do this. Let me put this in this live stream right here. Let me do this. This is going to be under the references. Let me get that in here before I forget. Just like this. Okay, we got that. Let's save that, you all. What scientists? I don't think the scientists are opening their mouth. I don't know if anyone's opening their mouth. I really don't. But if you look at these size comparisons right here, I'm going to put this in here too. I did like, I thought, well, let's see how big the Earth is compared to the sun, how it would show up, how it would look. And we can see by these images right here, some people have got like little images, like up here you see how teeny tiny the Earth would be, like right up there, teeny tiny, right up there compared to like a big solar flare. Boom. It literally, it too could go in the sun, I guess. If the Earth was a ship, it'd just go straight through that coronal hose. If it was a ship, there is a theory that Earth is a ship. I don't know if you've heard that. I'm sure you have heard that Earth is a ship. So let's look at these two, you all. This is just a little size comparison of, I don't even know what this thing is called. What is this? Sagittarius? You all, have you ever heard of these things right here? I've never heard of these. A pistol star, Antares. I've heard of Betelgeuse. I have. Arcturus, Sirius, the sun. What? What? How can this be? Is this supposed to be like a star called Sol, which is the sun? Teeny, 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 tiny? Because it really doesn't make sense to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's really tiny. That's futurism.com. Futurism.com, you are just trying to see. Look at this. How powerful is the sun? You all, let's see this right here. How big, how powerful the sun. I like that little graphic right here. 1.3 million Earths can fit inside the sun. 1.3 million. So, oh Lord have mercy. I was trying to enlarge it, you all. So 1.3 million Earths. That's how big it. I think it shows that one Earth would be equivalent to the Earth with like a little bitty thing right there. You all, could you? Does that make sense to you? Because that just don't make sense to me. It really doesn't. 1.3 million Earths can fit inside that sun. Yeah, our soul is tiny. That's exactly what it is. It is teeny, teeny, tiny. You all, we got Jenna Edmond. She volunteered to be a moderator, you all. So that's wonderful. Thank you. You're doing a great job. You really are. This is really neat. I never saw this before. The sun contains more than 99.8 of the total mass of the solar system. There's hydrogen, helium, and metals. 386 billion megawatts of power. At the center of the core of the sun's density is more than 150 times that of water. Wow. So we've got Venus, Mars, Mercury. Yeah, these are kind of teeny, teeny, tiny. They really are. You all, that is a wonderful graphic. It is. I think I like that. It's a great thing to look at, you all. Yeah, that's wonderful. Oopsie, you all. So we're looking at these images because I wanted to see, you know, how big the Earth is compared to the sun. And, you know, they got a lot more on here, too, that you can look at the sun compared to other stars. Let's see this right here, you all. The sun compared to other stars. Well, I don't even see the sun in here. I don't. I can't see it. Oh my goodness, which one is the sun? It's not even showing up on here, you all. It's not. Why are they talking about Arcturus too, is what I'm wondering. Scooty sun? That's kind of weird. All of this is kind of weird, all these different types of graphics, you all. Look at this. Oh, this is a pretty good comparison right here. The Earth to scale right there. It's just little various things. If literally, you all, come on now. If that Earth is that small and a great big monstrous plasma comes off that coronal mass ejection, it would literally pulverize. The Earth would disintegrate. Well, that's if the Earth was right next to the sun like that, it would disintegrate. That sun would have to be a giant. That right there is really kind of hard to fathom. It would have to be a giant. Maybe the original sun is an enormous giant. It may be an enormous giant. Let me get back to this thing right here that he's talking about right here. Was over here at the ISWA, the stereo head UV 171, and it seems to happen at 7 after midnight every day. I have to put me back over here. Every day since I've been documented, when they show up, it happens at the same timestamp, 7 in the morning. The ships come out of these portals in the sun, just like this. And I've got a few pulled up down here. That's today. Let's see, this other one's, even when I you can see, look, this is like a whole entire fleet. But they open up, they come out, and they head toward Earth. And they go back. If they head toward Earth, you know they got to go back into the sun. But where do they go? What's inside that sun? Is the sun not as hot as we think it is? Hello there, Susan B. Honey. Yeah. Is it not as hot as we think it is? See, look at all of these. It's and where do they go? How? Listen. Okay, now this is right here gets me. If these ships are that big, how on earth can they fit on the Earth? How can they? How can they? I don't think they can. I don't think they can fit. Look at this. This right here, a photo of it right here, March the 2nd. March the 2nd. They're coming out 7 after midnight. Yes, if the Earth is a teeny tiny, if the Earth is about as big as these ships, just a tad bit bigger, are they just hovering over the Earth? In the atmosphere? This is not making sense to me, you all. It is not making no sense at all. I am just trying to, this is mind-boggling, you all. It is mind-boggling. Totally mind-boggling. They're that big. And truly, if they were up in the sky, I think they would block the sun's light. I think they would totally block out the light of the sun unless they were completely cloaked and transparent. But how could they fit on the Earth with this size comparison? They don't got nowhere else to fly, you all. They don't. Earth is under, well, I'm not going to say it, but it's under you know what. And it has been for a while. It has been for a while. They're see-through. They're interdimensional. They go in and out of the portals. And, well, let's see. If Cthulhu can shrink himself down to the size of a man and make himself as large as a continent, I guess these ships could do the same thing. This isn't making sense to me. It really isn't. Because if they're not heading toward Earth, but yet we can see them in our skies and they're that big compared to the Earth, this is really, that's wild to think about. It's really wild, and it doesn't really make much sense to me, you all. It doesn't, if Earth is truly this small, right there, teeny tiny. Does that make sense to you all? Because Earth could just go fly in there with those ships in this hole. Earth could fly in the hole with the ships, is what it could do. Let's see. It could literally just go flying in here, right here with these ships. It'll grow into that coronal hole and be on its merry way. And what gets me is these ships are coming out every single day, and we're not getting to see them. We're not getting to see them. They're covering them up. They make the images so bright. They will white out. If they white out, you can't see them. You cannot see them because they can adjust the contrast, the brightness, and you will not see them. It's like the sun up in the sky, you all, and you know it. They make it so bright that you cannot see what's behind the sun. Even though you can see that reddish glow in the sky, they white it out so you can't see nothing behind it. And that's the same thing they're doing with these products. They're whiting out these coronal holes so we can barely see these ships at times. That's what I think is happening. They're whiting them out, just like they do in the sky, so you can't see that great big massive red thing that's up there, you all. You can't see it. They're doing the same thing. They're playing is what they're doing. They're playing with this. Where was I at, you all? Let me look over here. So yeah, this was May the 26th. See how many there are? Let me get this back to me. May 26th, stereo UV, you all. We did a live video right here. And it's under the NASA products. And of course, these always show up. And what I've noticed is this showed up again also on that product, this particular one. Look at that. It's like a whole fleet. Boom. Could you imagine? Would they say 1.3 billion Earths or million Earths can fit inside that sun? If 1.3 million, what was it? I can't remember what it was. Million or billion Earths. Let's see what it was, because it was a really good graphic. An excellent graphic up here. Let me see this. 1.3 million Earths can fit inside the sun. Then it is safe to say that 1.3 million UFO ships, slightly around the size of Earth at least, can fit inside that sun too. Coming in and out. 1.3 million of them. And Earth is supposed to be bigger than those ships. If those ships were all inside of there, but then they would come in and out of portals. It's mind-boggling. But it's just not adding up to me. It's not adding up at all. You all, let me get this back over here. See how they say how big this Earth is? Look at this. Compared to the sun, it's still tiny. But if you can put 1.3 million inside the sun, and they're as big as those ships, but we can't see the ships. One ship would take up the whole entire sky. One ship could take up the whole entire eastern or western, northern or southern part of the sky completely. Completely. And that's all we see. That is all we'd see. But people have seen the UFO ships that are as big as like 3 city blocks. That's and someone said some people said that some of the ships was like a mile long or something. UFO ships, a mile long. Let's look at this, you all. UFOs. Let me put this thing in here, you all, that I got right here. A mile long. Ships that are a mile long. Let's see. Now, they could be a mile long. That would be really, really big. Let's look at this. Look at this. A mysterious 5-mile long UFO on Google Maps could be the lost city of what? Circle shape is apparently 5 miles long. I have long believed it to be an alien ship that was floating on the ocean, then later submerged, said this person. The self-proclaimed ufologist thinks it's proof of ancient aliens and say their technology is just sitting there on the bottom of the ocean. You can see you UFO hiding in the clouds. See, now look at this, you all. This is what we documented right here. Let me look at this. sometimes I never, okay, see, they got this right here. This is what we saw in the Pacific Ocean, right here. We saw those in the Pacific Ocean, all in the clouds, you all. Someone said, Gina, honey. No, that's not ships. That's what they said. It's not ships at all. Really? Let me see this right here. Some more. Okay, you can see some more presenting in their interstellar ships 20 miles long. How do they know they're 20 miles long? These are in the skies, you all. And you know you've seen them too. They are in the skies. Now this clearly is fake, but I think that's an artist's rendition. Now Stephenville, Texas is known as a UFO hotspot. It is. If you live anywhere near that area, you know that it's got a reputation for very unusual lights in the sky. It does. Very unusual lights in the sky. So let's go back to this one particular photo right here. See, they all took that. Now, see, this is what I get. I can share the things that I share. You all listen to this. I can share some of the things that I share. But do you think that it's going to make it to these other places? Do you think it is? No, because you know what I think is happening? I think they're watching. They're watching me. And they're not saying nothing. Look at this, you all. Point Nemo, Cthulhu. Right here, you all, in the sky. These are the ships that I have documented. Part of me wonders if this group of ships, and I'm telling you there's thousands upon thousands that I documented that came in interdimensional. I think that in the back of my mind, well, I know, shouldn't say I think, I know that someone is afraid of these ships and they don't want the news to get out about them. But then look at them in the clouds. They don't want the news to get out about them. These ships are not just drones. They've got something in them. They've got occupants. So they're right here. You can see them in the clouds. You can see them like this person documented right here. Also, they're up there, you all. And the ones that appear to be coming out of the sun, I don't understand how they can be that big. I really don't. I don't, you all. And these right here, how they try to dismiss these as a certain type of cloud. You know that that's a great big disc-shaped UFO in that sky. Yeah, why do we have to believe them? Why do we have to listen to them when they say that's a cloud and we're going to give this cloud a name? That is not a UFO. That's a new type of cloud. Are we so gullible that we have to say, oh, well, but it looks like a UFO, and they say, no, it's a whatever type of cloud it is. And are we so gullible that we have to say, okay, well, I guess you're right since you said it because you're coming from a position higher than me. No, 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 no. No, you all. We got to wake up. We have got to wake up. See this ship's right here. This is on the NASA product right here. It is. The NASA product, and there's so many. There really is. There's lots of them up in the sky, tons of them. And you yourself, you've caught pictures, you've taken pictures, you've documented the UFOs yourself. See, all of these right here they're all just sci-fi, is what it is. You see a lot of CGI, but it's rare, really. I don't think this is real. It's rare to see, you know, actual documentation. Now that could be real because I've seen these also myself, and you've probably seen them too. There's actual documentation. You know, they got better images than these that they put out there. Look at that, you all. Look at that. You know, they got better things than that. They got better cameras than that, you all. They do. They just don't want to admit it. See, that's what really gets to me, when they don't want to admit things like that. What's so hard about it, you all? What's so hard to admit, hey, you know, we got some ships out there, and we don't want to alarm you, but Earth has some visitors. Is that so hard to say? Earth has some visitors. You think that's hard for them to say? And don't panic. No, because they know that it'll be game up. It'll be game up, and they're going to have to give their power away. Their power is going to be taken from them, you all. It is. So, how we doing over here? That's right. They would panic. They would panic, you all. So, how do you tell people that? There are some who refuse to, because they want to keep the status quo and remain in power. They do. There are some who want to totally remain in power, but they know that their time is short. They do. There's some that really would like the people to know, you know, what's happening. That, hey, you have contact with other worldly beings, other earthly beings, and you're not telling the people. You're not coming clean because you're trying to keep it secret to yourself. Other people would like for that information to get out, and I've heard that they've gotten rid of other people when they tried to divulge, you know, things that were going on, because they thought, no, we can't say it. Because really, once you say it, then you can't have your own plans. You cannot have your own plans on this earth, and you can't rule this earth the way you want to. Once the news gets out that there is somebody or something more powerful than you on this earth, then your game is up. Your time is up, because something else is going to take over. I think that they're trying to buy time. Hold it off as long as possible, but I think they're losing their grip. They can't hold on to it, and they can't put that lid. I think that Pandora box lid is literally, it's opening, and they can't shut it. Things are coming out of it, and they can't shut it. They can't shut it at all, you all. The Pandora's box. Some want it totally opened, but some don't. Yeah. He saw them and stop and take a hard left. That's right. Humans are more dangerous. I thought about that. I did. Because if you look at the movies that are out here that they show of extraterrestrials, alien life forms, other ships and beings, they are depicted as evil. Totally evil. I haven't seen one thing about them that has been projected in a good way. Maybe E.T., but I never did watch that. Was that ever projected in a good way? Presented in a good way as being good? Or even like War of the Worlds or something? Or there was another old movie where this ship landed, and immediately they got their guns out and they started firing on them and stuff. Hello everyone, you all. So is Earth ready for something like this to happen? Some people are and some people aren't. Some people, that's the last thing. They're not going to accept it regardless. They're not. They're not going to accept the existence of UFOs at all. They are going to, there are some who says it's totally of the devil. They're demonic fallen angels. That's what they are. Well, those are already here on the earth and in the earth, okay? Those beings are already here wreaking havoc, and they have been for thousands of years. So that wouldn't be anything new because it's here on the earth. If you look what happened to humanity and how civilizations have been destroyed time and time again, it wasn't very nice now, was it? So to suddenly say, well, the bad guys are coming from the skies, when the bad guys are on the earth. Okay, they're on the earth. They're walking the earth. They're interdimensional. But there's also good beings, and they're walking the earth, and they're interdimensional too. So, yeah, that's all right, you all. And people don't want to talk about this spiritual realm. They don't. They don't want to talk about it. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think that's kind of pretty right there. That's pretty accurate of what a ship would look like right there. I could picture that. You all really could picture that. I think I could. Look at that. What if that is that looks really realistic to me. It really does. It may be an animation, but it kind of looks realistic. Let me see. It does. It looks kind of realistic. Let me come over here. If I was to come up inside of these like that, these have windows on them and stuff. You all, they do. I had a video of these in 3D. But see, these are long also. I don't think that's too far off. I really don't, because you can see like some windows on this one. It doesn't look too far off at all. It doesn't. The way that these are made. And if you look inside of here, you can see some of these similarities too, right inside these areas right here. You can. They're kind of like that. Let me that's really fascinating. It is. It's real fascinating to look at, you all. They do, Susan, honey. They look very similar. This ship right here. I want to take a picture of that. Can we go to that alien soup? Ah, look what they did. They, all previous videos are obsolete. Already had a reply that the Earth texture needs more resolution, a better map. I don't have a better map. Only expertise and a lot of money can make one for you. Best regards. Hopefully you're enjoying what I'm making. Look, I had a major loss of the remake scenes. He spent hours. My nose is itching. Ah. Oh my goodness. What happened to that? Would you be surprised if you seen a ship like this in the sky, you all? Would you? Right there. It looks like this one right here. Would you be surprised if you seen something like this in the sky? Battlestar Galactica, Columbia. That's real interesting. Let me put this here, you all, because I clicked into it. I don't like to, if I click into something, I really want you to be able to track it. I want to leave a path behind. I do. So, yeah, I can see that. Oopsie. I can see that, you all. You know, what if that's not an animation right there? I don't think it is. I don't think it's an animation. Have you zoomed up on these pictures before, and when you take a picture and you zoom up, you see these little lines like this? Even in the sky, the way it's broken down. That's to no. It doesn't come across as an animation. It doesn't. I like it. I love it. I do like it. I'm going to save that image. I'm just going to save it right here. Boom! Just like that. We're being upgraded, you all. Yeah. Now see, this is you all, here's no, see, now look. So what I'm going to do, here's what we're going to do, you all. We're going to take this picture. Let me see. It's a 15404. I'm going to come over here. 15404. Let me put it back to me. 15404. You need to hop out of the way for right now, you all. We're going to stick these side by side on here. 15404. I'm going to add that image on here. What is it? 15404. I want to add that image. I want to put these things side by side if I can. 154. Oh, Gina, honey. 404. Okay, I've got that one. We've got this one, you all. 15404. And I want to get the other one that I just did. And I want to put them side by side because I want to look at this a little bit closer. Let me come up here to this quick access right here. Okay, we got it. Let me just do that. Let's look at this because I'm going to turn this into a black and white too. Let's see if we can turn that kind of to a black and white with this chrome key. If I can. No, I really don't know how I'm going to do this. I thought I knew how, but I guess I don't. Nope. I don't know how to get the color out of it, you all. I'm not very good at navigating this. I guess I don't need the color out of it, right? Guess I don't. It's all right. I should just leave well enough alone. Just close that out. Let's look at this. We can, like, can stick you up here and kind of use you to look at these ships right here, you all. This is exciting. You all, this is exciting. Let me put myself on here. This is real exciting. Yes, let's look at it. And then make myself teeny tiny. It's like this. Let's look at this. All right. Oopsie. We got to get it. This is the Battlestar Galactica. Let's try to look at some of the insides of this with some of the insides of my ships right here. Let's see this. I really wish I could make this black and white. I guess I could. I can make it black and white, you all. Let me just make this big like this, you all, is what I'll do. I'll come in here and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to turn that to total. I'll be right there in a second, you all. I'm going to turn that to something. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm almost done, you all. Okay, you just wait 1 second. I'm going to bring this over here like this, you all. We're going to do it. I've come over here. I'm over here right now, and I want to kind of make this look similar to that, if I can. Then I've got to, we'll put you back over here. Then I've got to come down here. I want to put this one beside it too. I want to see what this one looks like, you all. Right here. Let's do this. And then let's bring that over there. Let's bring that, let's bring it over here, you all. Let me kind of shrink this down to about like this. I want to bring that over here to this big Battlestar Galactica. Let me stick this like right here. Let me come get this other image. I hope this is okay. Can you all see it? Because I want to see this. Let me come down here. See if we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. Oh, we're going to do it, you all. We can do it. So, this one is this image. I've got to put this image over this image. Okay, you all, let's do this. Let's scoot you right over there. We're going to make you really big. Let's make it big, you all. We can do it. Right. All right. Okay. I got to put my video capture over image 3. Okay. Now let's look. All right. You know what we're going to do with this picture? Is this okay, you all? What we're going to do with this right here, I'm going to add a filter to it. I'm going to do a sharpen filter. Let's sharpen that image. Well, I don't know if it looks any better. Does that look any better if it sharpens, you all, to you? Or you'd like it unsharpened? Do you like it unsharpened, you all, or sharpened? Okay, it's better. Okay, let me close this out. So, it does have, I think this is really, I think this ain't no just artist thing. I really don't. I can do this. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do something to this one too. Let's throw in the chrome filter, chrome key. Okay, I've got a chrome key on here. And let's kind of like, well, we can kind of blend it in a little. Let me do it like that, you all. Well, I know I don't got it like that. If I could kind of blend it in, but it's like a different color, you all. Could you imagine this would, where is the big ship? There are big ships, you all, but it doesn't look that good like this. But I wonder if this back end could fit into some of these. I really do. It doesn't look that good like that. So let me get this chrome filter off of here. I want to take off the chrome key. Totally take it away. Remove it. Okay, so what it seems like to me that it does, it kind of, it looks similar to these right here. This is really the only image that I have ever seen during my time doing this of a ship that was purported to be like a drawing or something that came this close to resembling the pictures of the ships that I took. And I've seen a lot. This doesn't look CGI to me. It really doesn't. And it kind of resonates with my spirit. It does resonate with my spirit. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on here trying to see any more similarities. Indeed, I've got a lot more pictures. But this one right here was some of the prominent ones. Yeah. That's right, you all. So we've got this right here. Yeah, let me see something. Let me put this right here. Let me leave this ship right here. Put this ship right here by these ships. Because it really could. This has got a lot more detail. It does. Right there. Let me do something really fast. I'm sorry it's taking so long. I don't mean for it to take long. I don't. Let me find my other. I've got a thumb drive in here that I put away. Watch me not be able to find it now because. Oh my gosh! You've got to be kidding! I can't find my thumb drive that had all the ships on it, and I don't think it's down here at all. This is really strange. Did I throw it so far? My one thumb drive is like, how on earth could it be missing? Okay, it's not. Yeah, I'll just wait right there. I want to get this one thumb drive and put it in. Okay, I'm putting in my one thumb drive. I'm back, you all. Just bear with me. I got my one thumb drive in, and I want to go to some of these images of these ships, and I've got a lot, you all. They're not the greatest images. They're not, but this mouse is not working too hot. Now see some of these images of the ships in the inverted mode right here. If I got these right here in the inverted mode, these kind of look like some that some people shared on the now, if you've been with me since 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, you'll remember that there was a ton of ships that were documented, a ton of them. Oopsie. No, I wanted to get back to you all. This is kind of wild. I just wanted to look at some of these, and I wanted to kind of zoom up on like maybe this one over here in the corner, but this is the inverted mode. You know what they said? You know what they said to me? In the very go-get? To shut me down? Specks of dust on your camera. Specks of dust. Glares, glares, glares. I didn't listen. I didn't. This is the edge detect. Okay, edge detect. Yeah. This is the inverted modes. Let's see. I want to go a little fast, you all. Just a tad bit fast. I want to see some of these. I want to get to some better images of these larger ships. I'm trying to find them. Okay, here's some of the larger ones right here. There's some more detail right here. Let's see if we can take one of these and well, what I can do is I can come over here Oh, I haven't got this on me, on you all. I'm sorry. If I can take this right here, let me just do that. Let me just do that. I want to cancel that because I do not want to mess with any of these pictures that I have already took images of. I don't. Like right here. If we can turn some of these. On my UFO playlist, I've got a lot of these. I really did upload a whole lot. Let's see if we can do maybe some side-by-sides with these, you all. That's all I wanted to do. I'll come over here to the screenshots and bring it down. We're going to bring it down, you all, is what we're going to do. Bring it down. Okay, I've already got this kind of cropped out. I want to see if these match those that, you know, that's that great big one. If we can get some close-ups of these, maybe sharpen them up. Some of these ships. Let me save this. And I'll save one more, you all. You just bear with me because we're trying to figure out these ships. We really are. We want to see if we can bring out any more details on them. So let's bring that over here. Let's come over here. Let's put this like right here. We can set this. Isn't it cute, you all? Doesn't it look like it's part of this great big battleship? It's so cute. It really is cute. Let's move you right here. Let's bring in some more images to see if we can bring some more clarity to them. See if what we can see inside of here, you all. Let me see if I can put a filter on them. You don't want to put too many filters on these. Not too many. Let's look. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right, you all. And we can probably do this like this. Let's do this. Let me put this other image. This is image number 3. Let's put it over image number 5. All right, you all. Let's see if we can see any more similarities with this. Let's kind of make it bigger. I know it might be too big. It might be. Maybe a little too big. Maybe. Just draw it back out. Close it. There's ships down here. I don't really see too much in that one right there. Let me shrink it back down, you all. Shrink it back down. You can see them like that. Let's bring one more in because maybe we got one more to compare it with. I think the first one that we had probably is one of the better images. This right here. Let's bring image number 3 over image number 6 to see some. I might have to put a filter on it, you all. I might have to do a chroma key. Let's do a little more. Chrome key, you all. This is, I'm getting hungry, and I've already ate. I just wanted to see if we could see any more. I really did. Any more things. I don't know if there's any more of these ships like this that are from this particular battle group. It is a battleship. I wonder if there's any different ones on there. Boom. See, there's like 2 of these type. There's really long right here and really long right here. So 2 of those in one picture. So you know they got more than one battleship of this type. And you know when it's so far away, it's going to look like this too. But if you can zoom up close, like I think they did on this right here, it's going to look even better, is what I think. So let's get back to you all. Thank you for sitting here this long with this, you all. Let me get this over here. I want to find the one image 2. If we can pull image 2 back over here. This is what we started with right there. Image 2, image 3. Let me see this image 4, 5. We got all these images of these ships, which are pretty cool. I love them. I do love them. I'm not gonna say I don't. I love them. I love them, love them, love them. Let's do this. Boom. Let's see how we got it going right here. Can we make that bigger? Yeah. Yeah, so there's all different types of ships. But this right here, I think, is the real deal. I really do think it is the real deal. Right there. And it's not just a drawing. I don't think it's just a drawing. Wow, you all, that's exciting. We went from those ships on the sun that are about as big as the Earth to this right here. Is what we went from. Yeah. It is like a puzzle. Puzzle pieces, Anna. Puzzle pieces. I've never heard of P-Neat-T. Never heard of them. I've never heard of a lot of things, you all. I just do my own thing and share. That's what I do. Do my own thing and share. That's it. Whoopsie. So I probably am going to go. There may not be many people who make it this long through the video, you all. That's all right. They don't have to, right? They do not have to. Yeah. I've never heard of a John Leonard Walson either. Yeah. I only found one other person who caught something similar to this, but not in this detail, just only one other person. That was it. That was it. I did see my work on other people's places, and they were claiming them as their own. I did see a lot of that, you all. A ton of it. A ton of it. If I see a picture that someone is claiming as their own, I will know immediately whether or not it's mine or not. I'll know immediately. Yeah. So I am going to go. You all, thank you for watching. I think this is not just an artist picture. I don't. I think this is really real. Yeah. So this is great, you all. Thank you for watching, and thank you, moderators. And where did Jenna go? Did she disappear? On here somewhere. I don't see her anywhere. She volunteered to be a moderator when nobody else was on here. I'm just trying to find her on here, you all. She disappeared. Did she? I think she did. Well, thank you. Oh, she went bye-bye? Oh, okay. All right, Susan, honey, Apple Brooks, honey, thank you all. Thank you all for joining. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you all. I think I've got to come over here to make sure we got this going right here. We do. We got it going. You all, they've been dropping viewers. Look at that, 447. They dropped it down to 181. They're dropping the chat rate. Boom. They got to control it, you all. They do. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, you all. Love you. See now, can I take care of that? Yeah. Boom. I don't got time on here for stuff like that. No, I don't. I don't. I don't. Yeah. That's right. That's wonderful. Have a wonderful afternoon, you all. Love you.